While recently watching the opening day of the National Football League season, I had to also endure the commercials of a new reality series that a network is putting on. And the title of the reality series was Utopia. And it grabbed my attention because we just did a Beyond Today program on the very subject. Now, it's going to be a lot different, our program, from what is currently running on the networks under this particular title, because it's one of these reality shows where they get a group of people together and they are to build a community, not just in buildings, but also in systems, in government, and in a whole approach to a little community, a commune, that is in real time and is supposed to get people working together. Now, it has a lot of conflict, as most modern shows like this do have. Has other factors in it that I'm not necessarily recommending, but I was fascinated at least by the concept to go online and to read a little bit about it. And here's what I predict. I predict that this particular group of people, brought together with a bit of money and some idea and a lot of television cameras, will not create a utopia. It won't work. It'll fall apart. In fact, I'm sure they'll keep it together somehow for the length of the contracts that they have, but I predict that it will not work. The people are too diverse. In this particular case, you have evangelical fundamentalist Christians, you have very libertarian individuals with a wide open approach, and diversity of views that just will not work. Why do I say that? We recently did our Beyond Today program on a community called New Harmony. 200 years ago, two different groups of people tried to create a harmonious, working utopia, a place where everything is peaceful. Everyone works together for the common good. And the two communities in this particular historical actual location failed in their effort to create a place where everyone gets along and perfection reigns. It doesn't work, humanly speaking. Never has. Well-intentioned, noble efforts, but whether it's religious, whether it's socialistic or commercialistic, as this latest incarnation of the idea will be, it just doesn't work. They may make some money off this new program, but that's about the extent of it, and maybe some good ratings for a little bit of time. As we will show in our Beyond Today program, it takes more than just a willing desire. It will take a change of the human heart for utopia to be created. As I was looking at what was being done here in regard to this particular program, there's a Psalm 127 and verse 1 that came to my mind, and it's one for us all to remember and to recognize. It says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Unless the Lord guards the city, the watchman stays awake in vain." God has to be at the foundation of any enterprise, any effort that is built to create a place of utopia where everything is perfect and everything is working together in harmony. That's a spiritual concept, and it takes the Spirit of God, the way of God, to do it, and it takes the backing of God. So, television program called Utopia. It'll get some ratings. It'll be interesting for those who like that type of program. But if you want to know more about the real utopia, look at what God's Word says and how that will be built and what is yet ahead for this world and for all humanity. That's BT Daily. Join us next time.